I come in different shapes, sizes, and colors. Some people use me on a regular basis, mostly at night. I showcase pictures of beautiful women and handsome men. Although man uses me often, it is the woman who urges him to buy me. They get excitement and pleasure out of me. I'm talking about a humble television set. Television, even with all its benefits, is considered as an idiot box. Let's talk about TRP, television rating points. That is calculated and mainly used for the advertisers as they consider and take decisions based on whether a particular program of a channel is popular amongst people. Ladies and gentlemen, please turn on your TV sets and get ready to experience a world like no other.
Audiences these days are very keen on understanding what is happening in a star's personal life because they themselves look up to all the stars. They want to have a life of glamour. They want to know what is happening in the who's life. So they would like to know content and basically that is what's happening in someone's love life, what's happening in their family life, what is their financial status. So basically some masala content, and I think that's something that really works with audiences these days. We generally strive to create the kind of shows which would be relatable by a female viewer who's mostly at home and waiting for her family, husband, brother, father, etc. to come back from work. So she's basically free around that time and she would watch such shows. So they are generally shows pertaining to the issues that they deal with on a daily basis in their lives, in their own lives, or otherwise these are also we try to pick up subjects which out of which there could be a certain kind of learning in the shows and through the shows. So it needs to be a mix of entertainment as well as learning. Well, as a channel, we don't really look at creating a controversy. It is just that something that has happened on the sets of a reality show, it comes across, we have it captured on cameras, we try to see how it can be modified, keeping in mind what is good for the channel, keeping in mind what is good for the audiences. So there's no particular rationale because we don't create a controversy per se. Well, controversies that are created by artists would mostly be for their own publicity. Like you see a Shweta Tiwari who was very famous with a Kasauti Zindagi Ki. She came onto a Big Boss set. Now she has a very dead career, so she would want to highlight her career, and for that reason she would like to create a controversy revolving around her. So we as a channel, we have that footage, we like to show it. So it is basically the artist who creates it. We have it with us. We are not scripting it. We are not telling them to create it. We are only showing what is available. TRP is something that helps you fetch the money. It's not controversy that helps you gain the TRPs. It is that if your content development is good, you are showing something that the audience wants to watch. It's not that you're scripting a controversy, putting it on air and getting your audience to watch it with some help from public relations and stuff like that. There is a controversy, and because public likes to see what is happening in a particular star's personal life, what is happening with them on screen, what is happening off screen. Why do you think Bombay Times sells so much? It's because it is full of what is happening in the who's life. It's as simple as that. So there is a controversy, it's on air, it helps you gain the TRP because audience likes to watch it, and that's the simple one-line rule behind it.
Standards and practices is the compliance department that every channel has. It is kind of a mandate for every channel to have its own standards and practices team that regulates the content that goes on air.
Apart from India, there are many countries we telecast in. US, then Middle East, Canada, UK, Singapore, Fiji, Australia, all these countries have different set of regulations that we have to follow. Every program has to be filtered according to the regulations that there are existing in that country.
Unethical content cannot be shown on television. It might be shown to gain TRP, but it hampers the channel's image. It violates the code, and it might also offend the sentiments of few viewers. So it would not bring good to the channel. It only hampers its image and is negative for the channel.
S&P protects the channel by giving the management advice on the kind of content that we have, in terms of if there's something that cannot go on air and will violate the rules and regulations or will offend the viewer sentiment. We advise the channel on why we shouldn't let this content go on air. So that's the role that we play of an advisory body, of a regulatory body that makes sure that your viewers are not offended in any way.
OEP is a department that is part of the marketing and communications department in the company on the channel, and our basic job is to bring viewers to the channel. Everybody knows we watch TV, but what do we watch on TV? The important thing is to know what is on what is coming next, and how interesting is that program for you. And that's what we do. We have a program that we're going to launch, or there's an ongoing program on the channel, and we make it interesting. We take a little piece of that program, or we shoot something for it, and we make it make an interesting package out of it, which plays on the channel throughout the day. So anytime the viewers are on the channel or maybe watching on another channel and they catch the spot and they find that it's interesting, they come to the channel and they watch it on the time given on the promo. So we basically bring viewers to the channel to watch our shows. Well, there are two things. One is the show good? If the show is good, TRPs naturally are gained. But the other boost for shows is promotions. And promotions, like I mentioned earlier, is that OEP's job is to bring viewers to the channel. And that's what we do. Is the better the promos, especially, let me go back one step. When a show is launched, nobody knows what a show is going to look like or what is the content or anything. But promos make it an interesting promo, brings viewers to the channel. And especially the first episode, the TRPs generated for the first episode are solely on promos, basis of promos. So promos do help to a large extent to bring viewers and gain TRPs for the channel. And daily episodic promos and high point promos for special episodes for a show add a lot of value to bring more viewers to the channel and generate a lot of TRPs.
Well, I don't know about deceptive, but let's just say that we'll do our best to sort of make the promos look inviting, even probably if it doesn't suggest that it's actually happening or what's going to happen. But then that's the only way you can keep your audience hooked, by basically telling them, okay, this might happen, keeping them a little bit in suspense. So yes, of course, if there is suspense, your audience will keep coming back to watch the promos. So yeah, in a way it does help. I don't know about deceptive, but a little maybe twerking and twisting the truth. Isn't it half truth basically? So yeah, I don't say deceptive. We don't cheat our audiences.
Any kind of promotion publicity is good for the show. Any type of promotion that way, the same way any type of promotion is good for a show. if Malika Sherawat shows off a little bit here and there for a movie, it works for the movie. Today people burn books and have controversies around their launches of their films. Like maybe they have they say Bombay instead of Mumbai, and there's some attacks on some theaters. Well, even that helps the movie. So in the same way, you need if it's not always easy to promote a movie, because most shows have similar stories, Saas Bahu and the Bahu being tortured, and so sometimes they are lame and one is blind and other thing. So generally the concepts of shows are really not very varying in this country. So what we need to do is that if we want to differentiate the shows, differentiate our show from another channel, and we find that we can take another route, and that route is a deceptive route, we kind of make a big bang splash kind of a feel to the promo, or we make them do something unusual which really doesn't matter with the show, doesn't go with the storyline, but even just the wow factor, or the you get a jolt by seeing that what the protagonist is talking, or what she's saying or confessing about something. So these kind of deceptions, although it's not part of the story or doesn't have anything to do with the story, do work in bringing viewers to the launch of a show, or sometimes to high point promos, to high point episodes. Sometimes even smaller deception promos happen, like deceptive promos, like although there will be a dream sequence and the protagonist, there's the protagonist kills somebody in the show, and there's it's just a dream sequence, but in a promo that dream sequence would be shown like as if it's a real event, and a lot of people would come to watch that show.
जब चैनल हमें शो बनाने के लिए देता है तो सबसे पहले स्क्रिप्ट लेवल क्लियर किया जाता है, जिसमें क्रिएटिव हेड्स होते हैं, वो 16 एपिसोड या 22 एपिसोड की एक स्क्रिप्ट भेजी जाती है चैनल में. उसको अप्रूव करने के बाद कितने कैरेक्टर्स हैं उस सीरियल में वो देखा जाता है. माँ बाप हैं, भाई बहन हैं, हीरो हीरोइन हैं, सपोर्टिंग कैरेक्टर्स हैं. हमें एज ग्रुप दी जाती है, बजट का आइडिया मिलता है, चैनल बताता है समटाइम कि भी माँ बाप हैं, इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल्स है बहुत, आप उसमें सेमी नोन एक्टर्स लीजिए, नोन एक्टर्स लीजिए जो काफ़ी अच्छा काम कर रहे होते हैं. तो फिर हम एज पर अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ द एक्टर्स, माँ बाप हैं या भाई बहन हैं जहाँ पर रोल बहुत स्ट्रांग होते हैं, वहाँ पर चैनल चाहता है कि आप ऐसा चेहरा लें जो हर जगह काम कर रहा है, जिससे कि थोड़ी भी सेलिब्रिटी होती है, जहाँ पर पब्लिक अट्रैक्ट होती है. कि मान लीजिए अब किरण कुमार को हम लेके आते हैं, तो किरण कुमार जी का टेलीविज़न में इतना अच्छा काम है, नाम है, चेहरा अच्छा है कि भी लोग पहचानते हैं, तो इनको समझ में आता है कि हाँ कुछ अच्छा रोल है तभी ये काम कर रहे हैं. इस तरीके से कास्टिंग क्लियर होती जाती है और शो तैयार होता है और फिर शूटिंग शुरू होती है, उसके बाद ऑन एयर.
This is how employees of a television channel work to gain TRP of their particular channel.